Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Super Mario RPG Retranslated. As you can see, I am dressed rather differently today. That is because we are crashing a wedding, and when you are crashing a wedding, you simply must look your best, am I right? Especially since today, we are fighting the craziest boss in Mario history. Well, maybe the second craziest. I don't know if Mario Wonder has anything even crazier, but stay tuned for that, it's going to be real exciting. Now, we can't exactly get through the front door of the chapel, because not even that turtle can open it. The Snippet on the other side is just that strong, but he has spoiled that there is in fact a back door. And we head downstairs to find an underground kitchen. Well, setting aside the strangeness of that, these two Koopa Troopas have little chef hats on top of their helmets, which must be very awkward to cook while wearing, but no matter, they're cute and I kinda like them. I don't like that they say "coo" at the end of every sentence. They are not Moogles. That is not something I can see Koopas doing. And you can also jump on their cake, which is apparently a work in progress, and they're not happy about it. It's surprising how many reactions there are to Mario jumping on things he's not supposed to. Really nice. So we head upstairs and approach the Snippet from behind. You look like Mario, but the door's shut tight. Not a single mustache or turtle has come through here, therefore you are most likely not Mario. And you have to jump to identify yourself again. And things get very, very weird starting from this point. The other door is locked as well, so we need to smash it open. So he actually asks Mario for help smashing the door open. Timing can be a little bit awkward on this, especially with this controller. It doesn't handle diagonals well. I'm sure I'll get it after, like, the third try or something. Maybe if I'm a little bit behind him. There we go. Mario stops for some reason. You could have crashed through the other door, and then he just stands there while the others lock the door. Again. Also, there's a save point here. That isn't implying anything, I'm sure. But to be honest, you know, there was a save point at the hotel. We might as well have saved over there if we needed to save. Yep, we need Bowser's help again. But I'm certain he can smash the door down on his own. Apparently not. Got that one on the first try. Now we have an annoying minigame. Peach is here and she's dropped all of her little trinkets and that causes her to cry. Isn't there a crown on her head in this sprite still? I know in the remake they actually take the crown off of her head, but for her sprite here they didn't bother drawing another one. Really odd. He actually drinks. The woman tears. I know in the official localization he asks, "Are you leaking, my dear?" Which I think is a funny line as well. Yeah, you think this is gross, wait until you get in bed with her. Oh my goodness, I should not have said that. Though honestly, I think Buki is probably even more gross. So now we need to actually race the Snippets to get all of the accessories back. Or rather, they're going to pick up the accessories, but we have to get them back from the Bookers. Calling them Bookers just makes me think they're business people or something. Like bookkeepers, you know? Now, if you want to finish this quickly, you have to pay real attention to which ones you've already talked to. And they can jump over the chairs as well, so Mario apparently can't. Already, this is turning into a bit of a disaster. Okay, there's one. Come on. Candles are lighting up. Okay, there we go. If they try to move into you, you can actually catch them that way. Oh, that was lucky. Very lucky, but I'm pretty sure I'm out of time anyways. Also, the crown is on Booster's head for some reason. Oh, and you have to talk to him, of course. I don't think it made it... I don't think I made it in time for the best possible outcome, but we'll see. Yeah, Bowser's here. In the localization, he says, "I've got bigger fish to fry." The usual, you say? And if you were fast enough, you get a kiss. But I was too slow, so Mario ends up kissing Bowser. Oh, but there's a way to make it go even worse. If you're quick enough, he'll just kiss Peach. And if you're way too slow, you get a nice little smooch from Booster and Bowser at the same time. I like how in the localizations she says, "That's one for the scrapbook," because the remake has an actual scrapbook which lets you look at past events. So, you know, she might be referring to the actual scrapbook, who knows? Well, the cake is ready, so maybe we can stop and eat before we leave. Mario does love cake after all. Here's the bride. And, you know, there's plenty of people outside who can eat the cake. What are you guys so upset about? Well, if you want to fight, we'll fight. Angry chefs. That's dangerous. Strawberry, huh? Apparently the cake is a strawberry shortcake. In the localization, it is called a bunt, but that is most certainly not a bunt cake. So they are called Koopa chefs. Okay. I figure we should attack the cake. I mean, you know, I don't know how you would figure this out besides the fact that the chefs take 0 damage. But if they want us to eat the cake, we might as well try and eat the cake. Or attack the cake. Well, in the Chain Chomp's case, we're attacking the cake, and that was a lot of damage. You know, if you ask me, the cake should be very weak against Chain Chomps, considering this one minigame in Mario Party 3. Oh, I don't have Mallow, so I'm gonna be lacking healing. But that should be alright. I'm sure many of you out there know that Princess Peach is also a party member in this game. You do not have an opportunity to put her in the party for this fight. Did anyone notice that the cake just moved? Apparently he did. Well, they just go right back to attacking. There we go. I think I've got the timing on this move down now. So the reason this is the craziest boss battle of all time is, not only do you have to fight the chefs at first, but after a couple of turns of attacking the cake, oh, I missed how in the localization he calls him an idiot. Yeah, the cake suddenly comes to life and attacks. And does it have a mouth on the second layer? I never noticed that. So yeah, the cake just comes to life and attacks you for no reason. Like, there is zero context for this. There's no reason the cake should be attacking. And the mechanics of the fight actually changed too. Now it doesn't matter how much damage you do. You have to do enough attacks to blow out the candles. Annoyingly, it will restore 1 candle every turn, and it's got some pretty mean attacks too. So if you spend too long healing, it'll probably just get all of its candles back. Sandstorm, not a good move. It inflicts fear status, and a sleep attack on top of that. Oh, this is not good. Well, I suppose I will need to... Do I still have those refresh drinks? That's not good. There's not going to be a way to restore his status, so I guess I'll just have to keep attacking for the time being. Because if he attacks physically, with something like this, maybe that'll wake him up. Oh, that's even worse. Okay, he's awake now. See, this can actually be a rather difficult fight, because the fear status is going to make you take more damage. And any turn spent healing is a turn that you are not attacking and getting rid of the candles. Jeez. Oh, this move is also really awful. That did actual damage to Bowser. The candles aren't coming back as fast as I thought, though. So, I'm gonna use one of those super shrooms on Bowser. Because he can't take another diamond saw, or diamond cutter, rather. Also, the Sweet Song tune, he must have attacked somebody with a wake-up pin, so that's fine. That little tune is, of course, the Mario World theme. Nice little Easter egg. I just have to hit him one more time, or maybe twice. You know, I'd have preferred Diamond Cutter, thank you very much. But he picked the wrong target again, so we're safe. Hit him once with no candles, and he's gone. Now we just have the second layer to deal with, or the bottom layer. Raspberry. That name did not change in the localization. So let's jump on the cake. Apparently the cake is weak to jumps, based on that scene earlier. That's a geyser? Okay. In the localization, it's called Drain Beam, which is a really weird name for it. That didn't really look much like water, if you ask me. Oh well. Not the strangest move name. I still think Mega Drain is a way weirder name for a move. I'll just keep jumping. Oh, I must have gotten a critical. Magic is probably the way to go here when you're under fear status. Or maybe the jumps do count as physical. Yeah, I'd say they do. So after inflicting enough damage, these guys show up again. Well, I suppose the best solution to this conundrum of being attacked by cake is to eat the cake. A 70% chance the object you're standing on is a cake. In the dark under the lamp? Okay. I mean, you were standing right on top of it. I guess that's a saying of some sort. You want to boil the cake? Eat it all in one bite. Actually, I approve. Weddings are very dangerous when the cake comes to life and attacks. Yes. Hey, wait a minute. What's that on the bottom right of the cake? I literally just noticed. The little purple thing. It's apparently still alive. Well, he ate it. Good job. You, beat the boss, and, you're probably getting the experience points for it, because you were the one to kill it. Nah, you still get EXP for this. So that was probably, like, the weirdest wedding I've ever attended in my life. But, you know, sometimes you just gotta roll with the punches, take it one step at a time, and, get back to what you were doing. Oh yeah, you might have noticed that you could also see the head of one of the Snippets as they were walking away. He got stuck in the corner because they didn't have him move all the way off the map. Geno Wave. I forget what that is called in the localization. I think it's Geno Boost. Do we have Geno Boost already? I'll check the move lists. Alright. Bowser is going to get some more... Well, he'll get the most out of a physical stat boost. Who should you marry? Well... Think about it very carefully, princess. Now you can switch her into the party if you so desire. Let's get out of here. A warm island, you say? You can't actually find where they go. It's really nice that these basic NPCs, like, they actually move around the game world. I really like it. Now we can finally exit and move on with the game. I gotta show this off after all, too. Because for some reason, if you try to exit the map that way, they think you're trying to not go back to the Mushroom Kingdom. People other than you have kidnapped the princess many, many times, Bowser. So yeah, can't leave that way. It's the little details that make me fall in love with this game all over again. So you're forced back to the Mushroom Kingdom. I bet you can exit this way. Okay, so you can take her to other places. Alright. Game just really wanted me to go back here. Let's check in with a guy who got his wallet stolen. Ah, you found something else. A flower set. I'm gonna need to stock up on items at the next shop. But let's keep going with the plot for now. This is actually plot intensive. You don't get another shot at that treasure chest, by the way. Or do you? You probably don't. Nope, it's automatic. They really should have allowed me another shot at it, but no matter. You know, I've always wondered, Peach is a princess, right? So where are the king and queen? I think they're seen in, like, one really obscure Mario anime that came out on, like, a VHS tape or something way back in the 80s. But that's all we've seen of him. Sir Mario, what do you intend to do now, having transformed into Bowser? Really? You think he turned into... Alright, then. I mean, it is weird. So they want to know his story. Well, he won't say it. He's too embarrassed, so we have to do it. Luckily, this time we have grade A acting to go with actual spoken text. Also, Mallow acknowledges that he has met the minister before, so that actually doesn't happen in the localization. Yeah, it was really pathetic. You think King Smithy knew what the Star Road was and destroyed it on purpose? I think it was just a coincidence that he happened to crash through it. Well, gee, if wishes never come true, Princess, then you can't get anything you want in life. But then again, what if we wish for no more wishes to come true? Will that wish come true? I stole that from a commenter. Thanks, Mike. Build another castle. You build 8 of them in every game. And they just get wrecked by one tiny little stick of dynamite. Man, it's been forever since I played Super Mario World. I think I need to actually give it a playthrough again. Like, it's one of those games where you've probably played it so many times that you won't get much out of another playthrough, but it has been a very long time, so you never know. So the princess decides to head back to her room. She is not going to join us after all. Wow, Minister, it took a moment for you to realize that the bad guys are still at large, although we haven't seen them in a while. Your third request. I guess it is technically the third. Well, let's get out of here. There's nothing in the town for us at this point. Oh, but what's this? Peach finally is seen with a parasol for what feels like the first time in Mario history. And she wants to go too! Oh, Nanny. She's called Nanny, huh? Well, in the localization, Peach refers to this one toad as her grandma, which was really weird to read. For the first time, we don't really have any direction to go in, so we're going to go see the Frog Sage, or whatever he's officially called now. I don't know why I went for that immediately. So if I'm not mistaken, Peach joins at level 9. So let's take a look at her. Oh yeah, I need to get some better armor for these guys as well. Go ahead and put on the alert pin. And you know what, Malo, you take some pants. That'll be good for you. Ah, so this was called Geno Wave. In the localization, it is called Geno Boost because that's what it does. It is actually an attack buff. So Geno just got a little bit more useful. But for now, I think I'm going to go with these 3. Time to give Peach some time in the limelight. All you have to do is talk to him and he will tell you which direction to go in next. A star's been sighted on Shooting Star Summit. Okay, so Shooting Star Summit is very interesting. So in the localization for Super Mario RPG, the location is called Star Hill. Now in Paper Mario, we get a location called Shooting Star Summit. And what was actually intended was Shooting Star Summit and Star Hill are both the same location. So there's a bit of continuity between Super Mario RPG and Paper Mario. Rather than call the location Star Hill in this translation, they went with Star Summit, which is acceptable. I kind of like it myself. Brings some continuity to Paper Mario. So the gimmick of this area... By the way, this music is actually really beautiful. I like it a lot. It sounds like a basic tune, but I like the atmosphere that it brings. Especially in the remake. So this is where wishes turn into stars and fall, which means you can check out what everyone is wishing for. In each area, you must touch all of the flowers to open the gate to the next area. There's no reason to battle any enemies, unless you're going for, like, a full catalog. By the way, the catalog. It's actually a play on the word... Oh, this is Malo's wish, by the way. Well, I'm still gonna listen in on all the wishes. Poor Mallow. He doesn't know he's actually MVP. So as I was saying, the phrase catalog is actually a play on the word catalog, because it's a catalog of enemies. And that's all I have to say about that. There are some interesting wishes you can read here. What's this one? I think it's... Ah! Don't, Mallow. You're gonna make it rain again. He's already grown up, if you ask me. So, if wishes can't be granted, then Mallow can never find his parents, right? No, of course he's going to actually do that. They really need to think through this whole rule regarding the Star Road and wishes, if you ask me, but... You know, they introduced the Star Spirits, so, I guess the canon is a little bit different now. Ah, and this one. Oh, no. That's not the one I'm thinking of. There's one more area. Get in there, please. Thank you. Is this the one? Ah. Now, who could possibly make this wish? You know, if you ask me, Luigi's always been a more ample fighter than Mario. Jumps higher and, oh, hey, here's the star piece. I guess I don't have to fill dead air while I look for it. So yeah, there's no boss or anything, probably because they thought the cake was enough of a boss that you didn't need another one to find the star. A little bit of a breather. I'm okay with it. Sure does take him a while to grab the thing. Okay, can we move on? That one takes longer to get onto your little screen than I thought. So a blue star, a green star, a gold star, and a purple star. What other colors remain? Perhaps we will find out. Who made this one? Huh. Oh, it's gotta be Punchinello. It's fun to figure out who made these wishes, and I kind of wish that they would point towards side quests. In the remake, they kind of do, because there's actually some post-game content, which, you know, is not really relevant to this playthrough. Next up is Ripple Town. The localization calls it Seaside Town because that's what it is. It is close to the sea. Now, this sinister music is playing, but it seems to be empty. Everything looks fine. This Toad is acting a little bit strange, and he's got a weird color as well. But he knows a star has fallen into the ocean, so thank you very much. That is our next destination. And hey, check out this guy. It's a frog. It turns out that he is the tadpole that originally met us way back at the lake. And he has some really interesting accessories to sell if you have the frog coins for it. The Escape Charm lets you run away from battles instantly. The Reset Charm will reset a battle completely, and you get all your items back. There's an EXP booster, a coin booster, and a flower point thing that cuts the cost of all of your moves in half. I'm not going to use any of these, really. You do have to do quite a bit of frog coin grinding to get them all, like 50 for that flower point item, which makes sense because that sounds really overpowered. So what else is in town? I see we have numerous shops. And what are these two? All caps, huh? Well, let's look in the window. Strange. I forget which shops are available at this point. So this place is interesting because you can actually buy some interesting items. You have poison mushrooms, which are shortened to bad mushrooms. They can hardly fit the word poison in that amount of space, but it poisons enemies. Not really worth getting. Bowser has a poison move all on his own. The Chub Cookie. I really don't know what the purpose of this item is, but you can get it for 69 coins. Let's move on. So, Fright Bombs inflict fright on all enemies. The Blaze Bomb is a fire attack, and the Ice Bomb is an ice attack. These are very powerful items, but they can only be bought here and now. You will eventually lose access to them completely. So I suppose what I could do is maybe sell off a flower pill. Like, I don't need so many flower pills. I could get some for myself. I will get some Fright Bombs, and I'm just short of owning a Ice Bomb, so why not? I'm bankrupt, but this is totally worth it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I probably shouldn't have bankrupted myself. I have no money for items now. These two don't sell anything at the moment. And you can get a little bit of info about what's he doing up here. Wait, how do you know about the star pieces? I'm probably spending, like, way too much time here. They do respect their elder, which is good. I have been wondering why there are these spinning mushrooms on all the shops, and a spinning star on the inn. Well, no rent. Let's do it. Why were you watching me sleep? You got an explanation for that? Alrighty. Well, we can move on to the next area. It is simply entitled The Sea. This area is weird because when you enter it, you suddenly arrive in a cave. I mean, this is probably subterranean, but how did we get in here? I'm missing the context. And as soon as we enter, we find a shaman. This guy is called a shaman, in case you didn't know. He's interesting because you see several characters like him in Paper Mario. Merlin and his family and all that. Anyways, here he's just selling some weapons and stuff. I'm going to need to sell one of the flower sets because I need some money. The Toss Glove. The classic Mario toss attack. Well, I'm interested in what that is. Let's get it. The handgun is a stronger weapon for Geno. You can get the Stretch Punch for Mallow, and there are sailor equipment here. This is probably better than Peach's current dress, so let's get it. Then I will sell off some of the items that I've just been holding on to up to this point. Peach comes equipped with a Slap Glove. So what's interesting is Peach's moveset in the Smash Brothers game, all of her moves are based on, well, they're mostly based on things that she can do in this game. I think that's really interesting. Like, the fact that this is a collab with Squaresoft made me wonder if Nintendo would just outright never acknowledge this game's existence, but Peach has the Slap Attack in Smash Brothers, and she's got some other stuff too that I will have to save for later, because that would be spoiling one of her moves. Not that there's anyone who hasn't played this game, it's just, you know... Well, I can't bring myself to sell that finger shot, because I did get it from someone important. He's also got some interesting info about a ship that sank, and a giant squid attacked it. Well, isn't that classic? Now, there should be a save point around here. Yes, here we are. I'm going to use a separate save. And the reason I'm going to do that is there is a really awesome trick coming up. I do not want to mess it up. If I mess it up, I will have to reset and try again. So in this room, I believe this is the chest. You can actually stand on it. That's funny. Alright, here we go. You need to time this exactly right. Got it. So I have the invincibility star, but I'm also in the menu. When you have the star, you are normally not allowed to go into the menu like this. I'm going to switch Mallow and Peach for a very specific reason. This is technically a glitch, but it's such a fun glitch that I like to do it anyways. Get as many enemies as possible. And that was a Mario level. I hope Peach got the level she needed. Ah, she did. So something interesting is going... No, it's actually Mallow who needs the level, I think. Oh, but notice that none of the stats are getting boosted here. So what just happened? Well, I technically gave Peach one of Mallow's levels, but unfortunately I did not do this correctly. So let's see. I'm going to have to go back and get some EXP on her. So I will take a short break. But the idea here is... Let's look at her status. Ah, she was just shy of getting it. So you can see that it's Mallow who leveled up, even though it showed Peach is leveling up. This is because when you do the thing that I just did, going into the menu as you are hitting the invincibility star, if you switch characters, then the game will be confused as to who it's giving EXP and level ups to. So what just happened was, by switching the two characters, Mallow got Peach's level, but Peach is not scripted to reach level 8 at any point, so he did not get any stats for it. So what I'm trying to do is give Peach Mallow's level 10. So I'm going to go back and try that again. That had to have given Peach another level. So Mario levels up. And Mallow is at level 10, but he was level 7. And he learns Thunderclap? What could have just happened? And Peach reaches level 8. Geno has also hit level 9. We'll need to be wary of his levels in the future. So yes, Mallow learns a new move at level 10, but by doing the trick I just showed off, I got Peach to learn it instead. This is really awesome, and I wish you could still do it in the remake, because it's really cool. But Peach now has Thunderclap, which is called Shocker in the localization. Since Peach's magic stats are higher than Mallow's for some reason, like, Peach is supposed to be a healer. She's normally not supposed to have attack spells. But her magic is indeed higher than Mallow's, especially at this point. So you can do a lot of damage now that your strongest magic user now has an elemental move. Especially since we're in an aquatic area, so it stands to reason that water enemies would be weak to this move. I'm not sure if they actually are, but we'll see. Some extra items in that room if you need it. And we will continue exploring the sea. Oh, I accidentally fell in the water. Probably was not meant to do that. Well, no, actually it's okay. We need to do this to access the upper area, because when you stand in the center here, Mario just flies upwards for some reason. You can get this. It is an Ultra Shroom. Yet another connection to Paper Mario that was kind of lost in the original localization. This was originally called a Max Mushroom in the localization. So I'm very happy to see that. I think this was changed back to what it was in the remake as well. Anyways, enough talk. I'll just toss a Super Shroom. I should probably be using a couple items. Anyways, exit the cave and we're outside. You can see bloopers, which are a classic Mario enemy. Don't run into them. If you want to surface, you have to find where it lets you surface, but you can see part of the sunken ship we were told about. So, yet again, apparently the crow's nest is actually a pipe. Welcome to the sunken ship level. You can find a bunch of travel logs from the people who tried to search the area before, but that's boring. Not sure how much further I should go in this episode, but I will continue on for the time being. If I have to move some footage to the next episode, I will do that later. So, as you might expect from a classic ghost ship, there are ghosts everywhere. Dry bones and creepers, which I think is what they were called in the localization. If I run into one, I'll, Oh, secret flower. Glad my instinct was on point. There are some rats running around. The Squeaker. Slap him silly. Poison is really not much of a threat when it's used against you, but the color changes are interesting. Now, should I use Shocker on that enemy? I don't think it'll be weak or anything. Ah, what the heck. Let's do it. I gotta show this off anyways. Notice that she had a club symbol, which is Mallow's symbol, instead of a heart, which is Peach's symbol. And the interesting thing is... Oh, darn it. With certain moves, I guess I could just thunderclap him again. With certain moves, the character's sprite will actually change because the game is expecting certain custom sprites for the characters instead of their basic animations. Like with Geno especially. So what will happen is you will get the custom sprite in a different palette, and it's actually pretty amusing to see Geno colored like Peach or even like Bowser. So I might try to check out what happens if you manage to do that. But I will have to manage my characters very carefully in order to get a bunch of moves onto Peach. Because you can use those stars only once per star. But actually, there is a mechanic in this game. I'm just going to run away. You've seen enough of these. There is a mechanic in this game where they wanted to relieve some of the frustration from getting a game over. So if you get a game over, you go back to your last save as you might expect, but you retain all of the experience points and you retain all of the special moves that you learned. So you could just intentionally cause a game over and keep everything for yourself. There's a Dry Bones guarding this chest. I don't think you can slip past him, so we'll have to fight. Oh dear, that's a lot at once. Try this again. Also, when you do this trick, Gravy. Seriously? Gravy! I get the pun. It's terrible, but he's weak to thunder, so there you are. So, what was I talking about? Oh, yes. The FP cost of moves that you learn this way can be very weird when you do this trick, because the thing is, the game actually knows how many FP a move costs based on the character and the position of the move in the move list. Because normally there's not supposed to be more than 6 moves to a character, or is it 7? Either way, there's not going to be another page. So they programmed it that way. Dry Bones, probably weak to fire. Okay, then. So, Thunderclap is not normally supposed to cost 8, I think. But if you learn it at precisely the right time, you can actually get it to cost very little. Or you can get one of the more expensive moves to cost very little. So it's interesting. It's all a glitch, sure, but it's very interesting when you work out the mechanics of it. I actually wish you could customize the characters in this way, because there's not a lot of character customization besides what equipment you've got on. But then again, this is a Mario game. It doesn't need to be all that complicated. Bowser, excuse me, hits level 10, and he does not learn anything. Get yourself some more HP. Yeah, it's just coins in that chest, and you want to get out of there before the Dry Bones comes back, or you have to fight him again. Alright. This is the same shop as before, so never mind. So yes, our next obstacle is a password. And through these 6 doors, or 5 doors actually, that are guarded by these enemies, you can find items and a hint as to what the password is. I'm not really interested, though, in getting all the items, that is. Obviously, I know the password. Unless it changed. Also, that was a very specific movement you can make to skip that enemy. Normally, you can't really do that. This is the only room whose puzzle I'm going to actually do, because you do get a mushroom, and I need all of my FP back. We've got a boss coming up. There's the mushroom. There is no Y in the word. Oh no, the password's different! I do wonder if whoever made the patch simply could not change the password and decided to just leave it as is. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boss battle time. I suppose I will end this video with a boss battle. There's actually 2 of them in this dungeon. Say hello to the giant squid that destroyed this place. They are weak against fear status. Luckily, we have... Oh, the item description said I could hit all enemies with this. It's only targeting 1. I've been lied to. Whatever. I have a fear-inducing move right here. Get him, King Boo! Yeah, you do in fact have to rotate the control pad. Yep, they're vulnerable to fear status, so there you go. Big numbers. That's what we like to see. I'll save Thunderclap for the main boss. This is obviously not the final form. Also, this is the Toss Glove, by the way. Kind of a reverse Mario 64. I think Mario 64 was just Mario getting revenge on Bowser for that little stunt in Mario RPG. Another group of them, and I did not expect them to attack so quickly. They're actually pretty tough. Go ahead and heal. The animation was a little weird, did you notice? I'm spinning the control stick like it's Mario Party 1. Missed the other guy, so I guess I'll use a Fright Bomb. Oh yeah, they can also do that. I guess that's meant to represent the tentacle grabbing the character and maybe holding them in suggestive poses. Because they come back with fear status. Oh no. We just went full anime, ladies and gentlemen. No, not Fireball. Oh. I didn't think the cursor would still be on Fireball. This is probably not going to do much. Okay, never mind. I guess if you want to cook Squid, that's one way to do it. That was a lot. Alright, time for the main event, or the main course, if you want to make a food pun. Hello, King Calamari, or as he is called, Pot Blooper. You know, it makes sense that it's a blooper, but I don't know, man. I think King Calamari works a lot better. Oh, so Shocker is no good here. But it's probably just because of fear status. Uh-oh, she's down. Where are my revive drinks? And as usual... See, I think people thought Bowser was not that good a character in this game, but he does have his uses. Okay, so the main boss is immune to fear, unfortunately. Wow. Ouchies. That hurt. Then again, I am just a teensy bit underleveled. Let's get rid of these guys first. Geyser again. That didn't do a whole lot. Right, so maybe you need fire for this. Let's see if fire works. Also, I'm totally aware that my avatar is, like, moving its mouth while I mash the button. I'm sorry. So unprofessional. Now it's time to demonstrate Peach's healing moves. Peach is a healer character. Pain Relief was named Therapy in the localization. It will heal one character and cure their status ailments. Group Hug will do the same to everybody, so I should really have been using it. Because Peach is just overpowered. Way too much healing for one single character, if you ask me. Fire Orb did quite a bit of damage, so I'm going to try and use it some more. Sandstorm, you're an aquatic creature. How do you know Sandstorm? Here we go again. There, if I hold the controller that way, it doesn't make my mouth move. Probably should have brought Model just to see how much health this guy has. You know what? You're allowed to block that move, so I should really be trying to block it. Maybe I'll just leave her there. Sorry, princess, but you're not doing a whole lot of damage, and I need damage here. On second thought, I need you to heal. Also, if Mario's got a status effect, you can see that Bowser throws a little Mario doll, and Mario's been taking out again. And I probably ran out of, yeah. Flower points are actually becoming a bit of an issue. This is taking a while, I apologize, but I'm gonna chalk it up to me being severely underleveled. Okay, never mind, I didn't need to spend that honey syrup after all, but I got the freebie, so I'm not worried about it. At least not too much. And Mallow hits his real level 9 now. Oh, you get attack power. Cool. Okay, with the giant squid dealt with, we can now move on with the rest of the ship. However, I am out of time for today's episode. I've probably gone way over time already. So I will head back to the save point, and then we will continue on exploring the ship and fighting the other boss. So with this out of the way, I will see you for the next episode, everybody. And I'll probably be back to my regular clothes. See you later, everyone.